So hello and welcome to Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we run our stocks down. Case in point, this unit here, we've got a good old list 1855, and what I'm doing at the moment is that I'm gonna try and get this carb done very quickly, and what I'm going to do is essentially restore the carb to functioning condition, but in this exact state as it is at the moment. So this carb, as you can see, hasn't got a choke, and that's okay. Sometimes customers don't want carbs with chokes, sometimes they do, and that's fine as well. But the reason I'm doing this like this is because I've decided that basically I won't be doing carbs anymore. So I'm just working through my stock and trying to kind of run it down. So I'm not in the market to buy any more carbs. So whatever I bought already, I'm going to try to rebuild, make it nice, and just sell them on, but I'm not gonna be taking any more projects on. I mean, I still got content for a fair few weeks because I've got lots of projects going on, but this one is gonna be kind of my last list 1850 I'm gonna do on the channel, and offline as well. So let me show you a bit what we're working with. This is a nice little kind of carb to work with. It's not that bad. So I think it's gonna rebuild pretty good. So as you can see, we've got a bit of goofiness here. We're gonna have to do a little bit of investigation in here. It might be that this fuel bowl is not very good. We might need to replace it. I don't know. So we'll have a look. But other than that, as you can see, the choke has been eliminated here, and I don't know if this thing here is somebody has no. So yeah, you might be able to reinstate the choke in here. I don't know what they've done there, but anyway, what we need to do is kind of take this unit apart and try and see if we can if everything is present and correct and complete, then we can start kind of the rebuild process. But I think this unit should come good. So anyway, let's start with the rebuild process now, and let's see where we end up with this unit. Now, I don't know if this is Sod's Law or what, but this has been an absolute joy to work with, because evidently this carb had been rebuilt and therefore had all the nice gaskets. So taking this carb apart was an absolute joy. It was so easy to do. But then again, I did run out, do some diagnostics here, and let me bring you closer so I can show you what I mean by this. Okay, so this carb came with this jets, 70 jets, yeah, on the primary, and the list 1855 they take 70s, and look at this carb. I hope you can see it there, how sooty it is. So basically this carb might have been running very, very extremely rich, and you can see that from the size jetting it had, and look at how sooty it is on the secondary side. There you can see it. But anyway, apart from this little problem, this carb is a minter, really. Look at the inside of the fuel bowls. This is just like this carb must have been new. It might have been done a quick rebuild at some point, and now we're gonna have its third and, well, I don't know, final rebuild or anything, but it's gonna be rebuilt again. Funnily enough, I think that this carb, if you would have installed it on an engine, it would have worked fine. So maybe I didn't have to rebuild it, but I mean, now that I'm here, I might as well just do it all again, make sure it's absolutely kind of mint, and just get it running perfectly, for the next guy kind of thing. Okay, so as I was getting ready to, put the base plate together, as you do as part of the preview process, I noticed that we've got a little bit of a problem with this unit here. Let me show you a bit closer what I mean. Okay, so as I was trying to put this base plate together, notice this. Basically, this shouldn't be doing this, and this tells me that this base plate is bent, because if not, it wouldn't be doing this sound. Check the difference with a base plate that isn't bent. You see? So what I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna try and see if I can kind of make this base plate kind of live again, kind of de-bend it in a sense, or if not, I'm gonna have to go plan B and just stuck in this base plate, which is exactly the same. It's a 600 CFM base plate that I've rebuilt, so this is not kind of laziness, this is just kind of using my spare parts to good effect. Okay, so the good news is that I've managed to de-bend the unit. You can see here in all of its glory now. You can see that all the surface is shiny around here, and that's the key to the sealing of the gasket, because obviously if the carb is bent, the gasket wasn't gonna do a lot of sealing. And you can see now, if I put it here, it doesn't make a wobbly sound, and it doesn't wobble here in the aluminium. So what I did essentially was put a bit of sandpaper over this and just started to move the thing around the sandpaper until I got a kind of straight surface to mount it. So now what I need to do is I need to start building up the throttles. So these throttles that came with the carb, I think they were okay, but I'm gonna get some of my spare parts throttles that are already chemically blackened, so I don't have to do kind of that bit of the process. So let's try to slam this unit together, the base plate at least, and all the other things, and I'll show you kind of a bit more, some more remedial works that needed to be done to this car. Here again in this phase, a little bit of remedial work was required, and same thing around here, but around here not so much. As you can see, this is a mating surface that is gonna work. Obviously the gaskets always can kind of take a little bit of the slack, but not that much. So you're always better off trying to make sure that you've got a good kind of surface here. So without further ado, let's start the kind of reconstruction process. Okay, so after all this kind of remedial work that we had to do for the unit, I'm now at a stage where I've got all my what I call my sub-assemblies ready. So I've got fuel bowls tested, 2. I've got all my my hardware to put them in there, the fuel transfer tube, and also I have got, as you can see, 2 metering blocks, because what I'm going to do with this carb is I'm going to do a slight upgrade to a rear metering block, so you can change the jets. So therefore, I mean, for the user, if the jets are too lean or too rich, you can always dial them down a bit, and to avoid that condition that it was getting too rich, because remember at the beginning of the episode it was very like carbony. So therefore that's something that might help, obviously, the end user get a carb that is a little bit more tunable. But there is something else I want to show you, and it is something that I don't think I've shown in the channel before, which is the following. It concerns the vacuum ports. Now this carb, let me bring a big. Okay, so this carb came with this vacuum port, yeah, and this is the one I'm going to install in the carb. So you can see the stem is longer on this one than in this one, because Holley has like 2 models of vacuum diaphragm stems. So you got the larger one, what is called the 330, and this one that is a bit shorter. Now the thing with this is that they both need like a different lever that goes attached to each diaphragm length, yeah. So the longer diaphragm goes with this style lever, and the shorter diaphragm, which is this one, goes with this slightly different style lever. Okay, so that's kind of a little detail, but it's kind of important because sometimes the carbs can be put together incorrectly. So now let's try and kind of slam the unit together, and I'll show you kind of the final result, the final state of the unit, if you want to, in just 1 minute. Okay, so I think we're coming to we're coming to the end of the episode, but we've got this unit now that was obviously in much better condition than when it came. Not only because of all the straightening out and amending that we had to do, but also the addition of the secondary metering block, which is gonna give this carb a lot more kind of tunability. By the way, I didn't say that I put 66 jets on the primary, which is what they should have had, 65 power valve, and 75 in the secondary. So I mean, obviously this can be varied. If you put it in a car and it sounds like it's not going to be enough, you can always change the jets. So I'll show you a little bit. So obviously It has a nice little kind of inlet for the kind of Aeroquip aluminium kind of hose, and obviously it has now the right lever for the vacuum pod. And look at the base plate. It looks lovely with this kind of very polished. So all the things really that should have been done, they've been done correctly. Now I have kept this little sticker in there because I think it's kind of quite cute. It gives part of the story of the carb if you want to. But this unit is now ready to be dispatched. And with that, I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode. If you've got any questions, kind of put them down in the comments, and if not, I will see you in the next episode.